All right, welcome back, viewers, to our another exciting episode of our podcast series, the Young Turk Dialogues by Crobstacle. This is our episode number 87, and we have Abhishek, one very special guest with all of us today. Abhishek, first of all, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling great and well. Thanks for having me here.
Today, we are going to be discussing a lot about health, tech, new age marketing, whatnot. It is going to be an exciting episode because after a long time we are talking about health, and your health is your wealth. So, Abhishek, you have so much that you have done in life. So I won't be able to do justice to give an introduction about you. Why not you start by telling your story a bit to our audience? Though we have sent them your LinkedIn earlier, but yeah, let's start with it.
Absolutely. I mean, if I get started, I will go on and on. So I will just make it brief. Uh, I've
Yes.
been in tech space for I was in tech space for 15 years. Then something got me pulled towards health industry. And last 5 years, I have dedicated myself to learn more about health, understand my health, as well as what I can do to help other people. So I would say this is the second life I'm living where I'm starting my career from scratch. Totally, there is no connection to what have I have done uh, in my education as well as my vocation for 15 years. So what I'm doing now is not connected even near anywhere near. So it's a kind of reincarnation in terms of professional terms. So what got me in this health sector is my own personal challenges, which I've been facing since childhood. I was diagnosed with tuberculosis in very young age, and that that changed my body totally. So what was happening is like I was very active in sports and outdoor things, and when I had this kind of illness, so I was grounded or I would be staying at home for 2 years. It's changed my health totally, and I became obese. So when a person who is fit, active, goes to sudden, uh, you know, challenge at a very young stage, it's changed me. My interest towards sports went away, uh, and I mean, my health suffered. Even when I recovered, I was never the same. So that the kind of impact it had for my life was that it lowered my immunity and for entire uh, prime years, you would say, in teenage or early adulthood. uh, I was not the I would say, if you will classify, because there's a person has the great energy and strength and immunity. I was used to struggle every season. I used to struggle. Okay, now season changing, I will get sick because that had impacted my immunity as well as changed my entire body. So due to that, was I able to interlink as I was diagnosed with diabetes very early age. I was just 31 years old, and I was a
Okay.
young dad. My son was 1 year old, and that shook me that okay, falling sick every season or every weather change is different thing, but being diagnosed with some chronic illness which usually stays with people for lifelong at age of 31 was just a kind of shocker for me. And I knew I have to change. I have to change my habits, and I got really committed to it. So in a matter of 6 to 9 months, I was able to reverse my diabetes, and I was healthier than my 20s. So this kind of transformation, when you see, okay, why did I spend my 20s you know in terms of living, not living to my 100% potential, and now I'm 31. In 30s, I was diagnosed with diabetes. I had fatty liver, and I recovered, and I'm feeling fitter, more energetic. I was able to travel around the world, work 12 hours, and still do everything. So that kind of changed my mindset totally, how to take my health. And People have perception that after 35 or 25 there's this downhill. That's not the case. I would say 10 years have passed since I reversed my diabetes, and I feel fitter in my early 40s than I I was in 20s. So that kind of profound transformation I've experienced myself, and that's what I'm trying to bring to Goodveda and people who are choosing Goodveda to be their health partner.
Got
So
it.
that's how I'd like to
Now,
summarize.
the
But
one
we
thing
can
that
keep.
you said about people think that their health keeps on degrading after 25 or 35, that is so true. And that's a perception that everyone has. I will be healthy till 35, after that, like, it is down. Of course, there will
Yes.
be some impacts, but what you said is right. I also believe that. Because I've
How
seen some
we have,
people in their 80s.
yes, that's how we have seen people in our, like, let's say when we were younger, we were a kid, we will see like our parents or grandparents after a certain age will get on medication, they will stop moving, they will stop working, and mostly after 60, 70, they will be bedridden. But
Right,
that is, that mindset has to change. Like, they are people who are in 80s still active. I mean, just look at the political scene. The people who are in prime are in 70s and 80s, and here we are
right.
feeling burned out, stressed, and people are getting heart attacks in 30s and 40s. And look at the politicians: Trump, Benjamin Netanyahu, Vladimir Putin, uh, Mr. Modi, our Indian Prime Minister. They are super active. Isn't that crazy that people in 30s and 40s and 20s are challenging, facing health challenges, and people who are almost near the grave, they are running the world and working
Yeah,
20, like
and very
24.
actively. If you see, they do not.
You'll see them everywhere. From they're hopping continents, meetings after meetings, wars after wars. So you
Yeah,
have to
totally.
get your
Kind of
health.
stress they have, nobody else has in this world.
Hmm. So we have to change our mindset towards health. We don't degrade unless we let other things degrade us. Our nutrition, our stress levels, our inactivity. If we take care of these three things, people can live a really, really healthy life and way beyond 100. In next 15 years, you will see a lot of people living beyond 15, 100 years, which was a rare case in past decades.
Right. So, Abhishek, like, you have reversed multiple health conditions, right, and turned that into a personal story and now a business model. We have known your story. So, how important is storytelling in, storytelling in marketing a wellness brand like Goodveda?
Very important. If you are working on a mission, unless people look there's so much noise, there's so much crowd. There's positive side to it. Like, people are getting motivated by listening to success stories of a lot of startups and founders. And the downside is that there's also pressure on people to perform and deliver, because the expectations are so high. Everybody thinks, okay, if you're founding a company or launching a startup, you will be rich in cash flow, you will be getting funding, you will be on media all over, and you will have a lavish lifestyle. It doesn't happen that way. The people that you're looking at and people that you are seeing in media, they are even less than 1% of the startups which are being launched. So they have
That
to
is true.
their health and build the wealth together. And that's our sole mission, is helping people live a better life so they can enjoy what they do, enjoy their profession, their hobbies, spend time with families. And we should focus on quality of life. Quantity is enough. We have 1.5 billion people. Let's focus on quality. That's the India's time, is to focus on quality of life.
Right. So, was there a specific aha moment when you realized the power of merging Ayurveda with modern D2C marketing?
Yeah, we are still doing it and we are still learning, because health industry in India is more reactive. What happens, in my observation, what happens in India is as compared to the our Western counterparts, people consult a doctor, they go for diagnosis, and then they take action. And in India, what happens otherwise? People will struggle with challenges. Maybe they will go for some blood test and they will get shocked. Okay, what is happening on my body in my body? And then they will try to go to a doctor, and maybe they will take action, maybe they not. So reactive, being reactive towards health issues, concerns, and taking that degradation is part of life is a challenge that we are trying to counter. You can be in 70s, 60s, and still be healthy, active, and have a fulfilling life. People have to start believing that. And once they start believing that, uh, then I would call, okay, launching Ayurveda through D2C and being a modern age Ayurveda brand, we have made an impact and we are successful. But till the time we are able to get that message out to a broader audience, I think we are in just very nascent stage.
That is true. Okay. So, recently I went to Bangalore. Yesterday only I came back from there. And whenever I go to Bangalore, there is this thing that happens there. While I'm there, it is okay. But once I come back to Dehradun, I get this allergy from the pollens there.
Oh, okay. So have you looked into, like, or have you accepted as, okay, this is going to happen all the time?
That is why I asked you, brought up this question for you. Because so for me, everybody told that, yeah, you have come from Dehradun. So it's the pollens that have been affecting you. You will be fine. You just go back home. So
But
that has been the thing. But, you know,
that's again Indian mindset.
talking to someone who knows this thing
Indian
in a
mindset. Okay, typically we have to accept it. Why? You can have a better life. You can just take an antiallergen. You have to be self-aware about your body, your and its needs. If instead of suffering for 7 to 10 days because you just visited Bangalore, and then you will associate that negative experience whenever you like to, you will be planning to travel to Bangalore. Okay, now I will be sick.
yes.
If we identify the issue and we take a proactive action towards it, uh, it just changes the life. It's improved quality. I'll give example. What happened was when I traveled to US for the first time, uh, I experienced a lot of issues, and again, that's before I reversed my diabetes. So my immunity was not that strong. So I just spoke to a doctor. Okay, whenever I travel, I face this discomfort. I have, red eye. My gut feels off. So the solution was, it's okay, it happens. But similar thing when I discussed with somebody in US, they had a different perspective. Oh, we have products for this. Take an anti-allergen, and there's eye drops which is specifically for the this season. So they had a solution already there for common allergies. In India, we take this for granted. We are having no running nose, cold. It happens every 3 months. It happens every 6 months. Whenever season change happens, we have to live with it. You don't. There is a solution for that. You have to listen to your body.
Right.
Whenever this is,
If we are
it's
aware about it.
immediate. Something is off. Take action. If you are having cold, increase the liquid in your diet. But we switch to
Okay.
caffeine. We just start
Got it.
consuming hot tea and kadas, which again is not bad. It helps in immunity. However, it dehydrates you. And the hour of need is adding electrolytes or salt water, improving increasing the salt in your body to help counter this imbalance. I mean, in health, we are just scratching the surface.
Right. There is so much we can do.
So next time you go to Bangalore, take an anti-allergen, and you will enjoy, and you will not have that fear that, okay, I will fall sick after my travel.
Got it. No, that makes a lot of sense. Next time I will take this advice for sure and I will let you know what happens. So,
Sure.
by the way, health and wellness is a noisy space. How do you differentiate Goodveda from thousand other brands using natural, Ayurvedic, root cause as keywords?
I would say, from my experience, or how I talk about Goodveda, or how we take an approach towards reaching out to our patients and customers, is we are very centered towards chronic illness. There are a lot of Ayurveda brands, nutraceutical brands, which do anything and everything, and then they will also follow trends. We don't. Our SKUs, our services are limited to chronic illness only, and primary it's diabetes, because that's our, where we are very strong. Our product range, our services stand out. Again, we are merging science, nutrition, and Ayurveda. And the approach we take, it's very easy to follow as compared to restrictive diets that being offered by several programs, brands who are who are promoting reversal programs through lifestyle changes. They are restrictive. So we took a middle path because we understand uh, our audience is just not managing their health. They're managing their household, they're managing their work, they're managing their kids, and they are living a life. And not everybody can dedicate 3 4 hours just for themselves to ensure the nutrition is right, to ensure they work out, and ensure that uh, rest of things which are being asked by a coach is being followed. So our program, you know, seamlessly integrate with a lifestyle with combination of targeted supplements, nutritional guidance, and science. So that's what differentiates us as compared to a brand who is doing any and everything in
Got it.
Ayurveda.
Gives a lot of clarity. So you have built both brands in India and USA. What marketing strategies translates well across geographies and which ones don't?
Okay, US is a very mature market, and people are habitual in buying online, and there's a certain level of trust. So if somebody is offering the product on their website, uh, there is high probability it will be true. It will turn up as they want it to be. In India, that's not the case. First of all, uh, there's a lot of generation which has not seen, have never used a laptop or desktop, have straight away come to the smartphone. So they don't have that connection with internet or online products being sold or offered as compared to our Western counterpart. At the same time, uh, our payment systems, though it's way ahead of our Western counterparts, it has also brought a lot of challenges in terms of frauds, UPI frauds, online frauds, and scams. So that
That
makes
is true.
Indian market very challenging and high dependent on cash on delivery. And you will see that a lot of brands who are struggling, or even the larger brands who are struggling, have negative cash flows because the Indian people do not trust. Unless
Right.
if you're
And then
just
the market is also like,
yeah, unless you're targeting limited geos where people have are frequent buyers. If you go countrywide, and specifically in case of our brand, where larger audience is located in towns, tier 2 cities, the faith in the brand, trusting somebody with a product which will have impact on their health, on their life, is something. It's a challenge that we are trying to solve.
got it.
That's the
So,
difference I see.
with market,
I'm sorry,
right.
Anmol, I was just wait. Can you say that
So,
again?
No, no, I was just asking in this question is related to this only. So, what are the biggest misconceptions first time health founders have when it comes to D2C marketing? Because since you just mentioned about a few things that we as consumers of the product misconceive, why not you talk about from the perspective of founders?
Sure. From perspective of brand, first of all, our assumption or understanding of our target audience has to be very clear. Unless you understand your audience, what drives them, what challenges they face, and what their concerns are when they are making a decision, you will you will not get the desired results. So it's very important if you're planning a product, if you want to launch a brand, it's you have to be ready to test before perfection. Perfection, if you say, okay, I have to make a perfect product for my perfect audience, it's never gonna happen. So if you're building something, go and talk to the audience that you think they're your target audience. Speak to them. Talk to them about your product. Understand what will be the things that you will be considering making a decision, and try different geos as well as India is so massive. The need, the driving factors changes after every state. So we are so diverse. So we as a D2C founder, we have to understand what drives our target audience, and we have to be talking to them on regular basis to make any product or brand successful. Because at times, in
Got it.
fact,
And
as a founder myself or other founders, people fall in love with their own product or our own brand. This is the best product, this is the best brand I'm
yeah,
building, and everybody will love it. We love it. Their chances of loving it is very rare. So be open, talk to them, improve your product, talk to them again, and then improve the product. So that's the cycle. You have to keep talking to your customers and improving yourself, your product and services. I guess that's something I've understood after launching Goodveda in India.
that is so true because this thing when I was also building my SaaS product. So somebody told me that you are in love with your product, your customer would be, and that came out true. I realized it after using it, so I totally relate to this. So in terms of to like we are not talking about marketing, chronic illness, focus G2C brand about you. So how do you structure your marketing funnel, awareness, consideration, and conversion?
Hmm. So we again we understand we have audience, and we have audience segmented by different cities. So our campaigns, which are being launched for tier one or metro cities, vary from the campaigns that we've been launching for rest of India. In rest of India is more vernacular. In India, in metro cities, we make campaigns and ad sets in English. And further, we divide focus on driving factors of gender. So we are going very granular on what and how we gonna what message we will give to the audience in in specific area, specific age group, as well as specific gender. So that's the approach we are taking. Uh, because we are offering a personalized solution where uh, people are facing different challenges. Somebody is facing challenges that they want to uh, travel, they have a very active lifestyle, and they still want to maintain that and still manage their diabetes. Some people are in a regional area where the access to the products, the food of choices is very limited, and what drives them and what solution they need. Similarly, for women, the issue is that this is impacting their household life where they are not able to support their family in a certain way. So, based on these we are developing our creatives, our videos, as well as our sales funnels, and positioning our product to our very ultra targeted audience, so which can give them the message that they want, and they can relate to what we're trying to convey. I'll give an example of a product that we are. It's not our primary selling product. It's a product that we launch for liver health, because we have found that uh, liver issues or fatty livers is something which leads to diabetes. So, and in India, fatty livers is so much common. If 50% of corporate people who are sitting at desk and who are regularly going out and having a drink or two, they will have a grade one fatty liver, and people accept it. It's fine.
Okay.
What happens is, if it's overlooked, it starts turning into insulin resistance, and in 1 or 2 years max, it will become a pre-diabetes or diabetes situation. So, based on the driving factors for tier one cities, we have launched a campaign which is positioning our product for people who is consuming alcohol on a regular basis. Second, people who are traveling a lot and there are chances they're eating contaminated food, because again that leads to liver malfunction and thus other issues. And similarly, for women, fatty liver is a totally different approach. So we have developed three different funnels targeting our user base based on their concerns and reasons which will be driving them to make a purchase. So we cannot be generic with the changes that has happened to Meta, and the however this cost of acquisition has been rising from past 2 3 years. It's not the same when it was COVID, or it was just market. Our D2C market was just trying to pick up. Things have changed significantly. So you can't be you can't just assume, okay, you will launch a campaign and you will start generating cash. You will have a ROAS of 4 5. Those days are gone. You funnel your campaigns have to speak to your audience. So that's the approach
Right.
we take towards
In,
building a funnel.
for a business like yours, this is one of the most important things. So, does influencer trust work, community content work, or data-driven ads work? What is the best, across all three?
We have tried we have tried all the approaches, specifically for uh, different audience. Is for influencer, I think for age group below 35, influencer work. People really trust the people who are from this industry or who they follow on social media. Things change totally for somebody who is 35 or 40 years older. So their trust in somebody who is just promoting the product is not as strong as somebody who is younger. So for that, we have to speak their language. We have to understand their challenges and connect to them and build trust by offering solution which is gonna bring the change that they want in their life. And trust me, this is the audience which most of the brands neglect, because they are not Gen Z. They don't follow the trends. But they have a lot of buying power.
Right. That is
I
true.
would say in 50 more than 50% startups in D2C, and in fashion and everything. Everybody is targeting Gen Z because they are vocal, they are online, they are demanding. But the buying power is there. It's limited. But if you go between a age group of 35 to 65, that's the group which has the most buying power.
Right. I agree to that. That's where the money is.
It's, so if you find a loyal audience in that group and you're able to build the trust, your D2C brand is solid.
A good hack.
Yes.
So from hack, I just mentioned hack. There is one thing that you keep on talking about is biohacking. How do you leverage it as a content and marketing pillar to attract millennial and Gen Z audiences?
Uh, yes, I mean, Biohacking is something which people perceive in a very different way, and some people are very vocal against it. People think biohacking is about just living a perfect lifestyle and taking a lot of supplements. It's not. Biohacking is understanding your own health, your own body, and taking actions uh, to ensure that you are able to perform and live to your fullest. So, and people who are interested in biohacking, I would say the first or the most important tool or way to reverse your age or live healthier life is strength training. Forget the supplements, the hoo-ha being created by so many influencers. First thing is strength training. The moment you have to be moving. If you are stationary, you're sitting at desk, no matter how healthy you eat, no matter how many supplements you take, you won't live a healthy life. And the interest towards biohacking is from my desire to live a healthier life, because that's something I had struggled my entire young life. So different people have different challenges. Somebody who's coming from a very humble background, they will be very, very concerned about money,
Right.
because that's how people build their uh, safety net. Okay, this is something I lacked, and I want to accumulate this. I want to have this. For me, it was always the health, because from young age I'd suffered. So that got me really interested. The first step was to understand my own body, why I'm facing these challenges, what I can do to mediate it. And I found that whatever reasons, what happened, which made me lead an active life, which was a you know diagnosis of TB in very young age, and that had a ripple effect on my young adult life, where I was not moving, I was not that active, and ultimately it led to pre-diabetes and then diabetes. So for me, it has been very important aspect of my life, and I want to live a healthier life. I don't want to live a very long life. So I'm not planning to
Healthier
live.
product.
I don't intend to live beyond 100 years, like Brian Johnson. But whatever life I live, I want to live in the state where I can enjoy. I can do things I love doing. So that's my take on
Got.
biohacking.
Now that is cool. So, how do you deal with skepticism around health claims in advertising? Any practices you follow to maintain authenticity without falling into compliance traps?
Yes, absolutely. In look, health industry is filled with quackery. If you go to Instagram, you will see so many reels being going viral, where people are magically claiming somebody in merit is giving a oil, and everybody, all the bald people are lining up like some god has come from heaven, and they are just gonna, and they will get their hair back. And similarly, for a lot of other health issues, people often fall prey to quackery, and our fight has been against that only. We are clear that one thing does not, taking one product is not going to do a magic to your life. First of all, we have to understand the root cause and customize not just supplements or Ayurvedic products, their nutrition. We have to adjust their lifestyle to bring the change that they want. So that's the message we are clearly communicating on our all the social media handles, also our website, also through our ads. That it is a holistic approach which brings a change, and they can trust us with that, because that's what our expertise is, and I'm using all my personal experience uh, to build trust in that as well. Hope that
Mhm.
answers, or you want me
Right.
to elaborate more?
Yeah. So that answer. So one thing is that what's your take on building a personal brand as the founder versus building the business brand? Has helped one helped each other?
Uh, my objective was building personal brand was to help my profession, my brand itself. Personally, I was never a social person. I was everything was private. I'm a very private person. So, when you are a founder, you have to do whatever it takes to get your message out. Though I have not directly promoted our products and services yet, but objective behind building a personal brand was that only, to build the trust in Goodveda.
Got it.
Because
That's
I want to communicate that
that's what
I
I
will
generally hear.
main behind it because I totally believe in what products and services we are offering. We are not a hypocrite, okay, like a celebrity who
Right,
will promote a gutka and won't even eat sugar in their real life.
right, and that is not possible for a normal person. So Abhishek, I think we have covered it all. But yeah, there are a few more questions, kind of a rapid fire that I have for you.
To
So I will just shoot with that. So starting with one D2C brand you admire for their marketing. You cannot name your brand, of course.
not in our category, but they are really taking things to next level is Mokobara.
Oh, Mokobara. Yeah, Mokobara has done well. I saw their showroom in Bangalore as well. Nice one. Well done.
Great product, great services. Well,
The recent ad you saw where
Diljit,
Akshay Kumar or someone, I don't remember. There is one actor who tells a story and he has been fighting with that Mokobara wagon ad. And they promoted
Diljit,
that
Diljit,
survey.
Diljit
Yeah,
Dosanjh.
right, Diljit, Diljit.
Yeah, they are great at marketing. Even when there was Diljit live concert, they just capitalized on that event.
Right. So that is amazing.
Yes.
Right. Ayurveda or allopathy, which one has the best marketing appeal today?
Allopathy doesn't market. I mean, not. It's again the. I think the allopathy works towards different medical channel where they uh, push brands and products through doctors. So marketing wise, I think Ayurveda is weird.
Got it. Paid ads or
In
SEO,
India,
where
I think
should a
marketing
new
is not
founder
allowed
invest in
for
first?
medical treatment in terms of uh, as compared to in US, they can openly promote a drug.
Oh, I
In
think there
India, I
is a
don't
lag
think
again.
so. It's allowed. Same is the case with alcohol. Surrogate marketing only works.
So my next question was paid ads or SEO, where should a new founder invest first?
SEO is a long term thing. For PMF, you have to go with paid ads. You can't just expect that SEO will start working for you from day one. And by the time it starts working and you get feedback, it may be too late. So I think that, and anyways, it's crowded market. You have to get in the eyeballs, maximum eyeballs. So go ahead with paid market, but paid marketing. But don't forget the SEO.
WhatsApp, email, or community, most underrated retention channel.
I think community. WhatsApp, I guess a lot of people have, a lot of brands are using well. Community is not, it's not easy and it's not everybody's cup of cake, but once its power is amazing because once you're able to build community, the the amount of budget required to scale a brand is very less because there's set of loyal customers who will buy a product themselves and they will recommend their product in their network.
Right. Now, last one. Complete this line. The future of health marketing will belong to those who.
Those who understands what is their patient is going through.
Nice one. It rhymed. Good. Perfect. I think we have covered it all for our audience. And on that note, Abhishek, before I start my ending note, would you like to say something to our audience?
I mean, there's a quote I use everywhere. You know, a person may have 100 problems till they have their health problem. So
Right.
don't let your health take a second seat. Take it along with all your
Health is
priorities, your career, your family, your hobbies. It's your companion. You have only one body. Don't make it
if it was
your second priority.
right.
That's all I have to say.
Perfect, Abhishek. That was a wonderful line that you have given and a wonderful lesson we all have learned today on this episode. I would like to say thank you to our audience who have watched the episode to here, and thanks to you for giving such valuable insights on this episode. And with that, on that note, audience, if you have any questions, do let us know down in the comment section. We will be linking Abhishek's LinkedIn profile. You can reach out to him. If not, you can let us know your questions. We will reach out to him and get those answers for you. On that note, thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. We'll be back again with another exciting episode on our podcast series, The Young Turk Dialogues by Crobstacle. Till then, take care. Bye bye.
Thank you, Anmol. Thank you, everyone.